All you have to do is close your eyes and listen.
Welcome to episode 49 of TSGG Chat. I'm your host, Kevin Bork. With me this week, we've got Brett.
Hey.
Brennon.
Great to be back.
Kailey.
Hey, everybody.
That's it for this week. Follow us on Twitter over at the TSGG. Subscribe to us at youtube.com/thesociety. Watch us live at mixer.com/TSGG_online. And you can get early access to us if you subscribe over at patreon.com/TSGG. What's going on, everybody? How's the week been for you?
Busy.
I don't know what you want from me here, Kevin.
Just want to know
Let's get
how
into
you've
the
been
news.
doing, man. You just want to
I'm great.
say
I
hi.
need less of that voice.
Let me talk about Borderlands.
What voice?
That one.
This voice?
Yours.
Mine?
I don't know what he's talking about.
You just want me to
Been
speak?
playing some
anymore.
Wolfenstein. It's been good. It's been good. What
You
do we got for
completely
news?
changed topics.
He did, yeah, he did.
I just want to talk about Borderlands. So,
We're gonna get into that.
I
We're
was
going
playing.
to get
later.
into it.
well then,
I was playing in Korra.
I don't know
recently.
What
Okay, I'm gonna
What
stop
is
you right
that?
there.
He
What is
stopped.
that?
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. What is that?
It's a indie game that was on the iPad. Which
Moving on.
Mobile.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
Actually,
mobile games
what's-
count now.
What's funny is a lot of the
Always.
indies
They've
I
always
did
counted.
on
They did.
Our TSGG Indie Adventures were mobile game designers that brought it over to the Switch, which is a big thing for the Switch.
Yeah, as long as they don't have cheap
Anyone played
microtransactions.
Elder Scrolls Blades?
I have
Anyone?
not yet.
No, I downloaded it, and that's as far as I got.
Well,
I
that's
am
as far
going
as
to
you
play
need to
Hey,
go.
Kailey, all you gotta do is click on it, and then buy one of those chests,
No.
and then wait 3 hours
So-
and buy another.
And
When it opens.
I downloaded in Korra a long time ago, but it does require internet, so I'd kind of stopped playing it because I couldn't use it while I was at work. And
Wish I had that
come
problem.
to find out that it's by Chibig, which is the same group that's doing the Summer of Mara. That we
Oh,
were
the one that
looking-
we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I thought I was like looking through their other stuff, and I was like, that style looks really similar to something I've seen before. Oh, they've done in Korra. I was like, I'll go through and play this, and it's actually a fun little game that I kept keeping up all night one night because I was playing it for like 6 hours straight.
6 hours straight.
What type of game is it?
So the
We
premise
know
is
it's not a platformer, so
you crash land on some island. You kind of search for resources. You have little battles and stuff, and you're trying to collect. It's like a little story-based thing, but it's like a grid.
Mhm.
So you're looking to complete certain objectives at different places, and they have it kind of set up like a maze where some you have to get through. It's like kind of like a puzzle. You have to like get
not
through
a game for me then.
get through different terrain, raise and lower stuff, build bridges, complete certain things that you can only do at certain stages.
So just humans invading people and continuing their imperialistic advance across the
you
universe.
land-
Excellent.
Wow.
You land on an island. You're
There's
talking to some
darkness for the
native
week.
people. They have some problems, and
No,
you're
you
trying
become that problem.
and you're trying to help them, and also try to help yourself. So
That's how it
it's-
always starts.
It's
help them
a pretty
find somewhere else to live.
listen. You're trying to leave the planet.
Heaven.
Who's
But-
trying to leave? You
You
or
are,
them?
That becomes your island.
but it's pretty cool. Because you have some tool building and exploration, and it's set up so it's a bit of a challenge. There are options to buy certain things, which I refuse to do. 'Cause I
Well, a
just don't
mobile
do
game,
that.
they all
A
have them.
mobile,
There's no
but-
way.
But if I did, like, because there's a small company, I wouldn't feel bad about supporting them for doing something like that.
Mhm.
But you can actually, this satisfies one of my requirements for mobile game for being good, is that you can actually play the game without paying for it.
Right.
So
And without being put into a time loop?
it does
Hate
have
those.
Elder Scrolls Blades.
Yikes.
this one has like energy usage stuff, but you sleep. and
And
sometimes
you
you
can
have
choose to go sleep, right?
Yeah.
Is it
It
time
doesn't
though?
take hours. Does it take
no,
hours?
no,
Like
it's not.
physical
No,
hours?
like you have stamina or whatever, and when that gets exhausted, your character needs to sleep. You
And then
eat
it
and
just
sleep
goes to the
and
next
drink.
day?
No, it's kind of
And-
got a survival cycle.
Yeah.
Or
No,
do you have to wait again while you're sleeping to play, or they
no,
just
that's
wake
why
up
I played
the
it
next
for
day?
6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have
Should do that.
their ad revenue. They have like so when you sleep, sometimes they'll have an ad pop up.
Right.
Oh,
Which is fine.
got you. Yeah, yeah.
I don't mind. It's like 30 seconds of ad.
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, those are usually the good mobile games, the ones that they throw the ads in there to kind of counteract the microtransactions. Like they give you the choice to spend money on it, but you don't have to.
That's one of my things that if I'm playing a mobile game, I don't mind watching ads or like if you have to watch something to earn something.
Right.
Advertisements.
It's not my favorite, but
Which
at
is
least
why I have a
like if I'm not
console.
going to pay for the game, then
Yeah.
I don't mind them getting their money out of it that way. I don't
Right.
want to get nickeled and dimed to death for paid to get forward in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is
Well-
actually a fun little game, and I'm looking forward to the
Summer of
of
Mara?
Mara because that looks like it's going to be a lot
The
of
art
fun.
style on that looks fantastic, and
Yeah.
it definitely is up your alley. With like, it reminds me a lot of
Stardew.
Stardew Valley. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's what I think of when I see it. So it's definitely right up your alley. Myself, I hate puzzles. Dragon Quest XI had like the simplest puzzle in the world, and I was like, and he said puzzle, and I was like, God, puzzle. And then it was like press this one, and then this one, and then this one, and
How many hours?
oh no, it was like
17.
it was like 30
Still on
seconds.
it.
It was
still
it was
stuck there.
quite easy, but I was like,
Haven't played
puzzles.
the game since I made it to that puzzle.
Shut it off immediately.
Turn it
actually.
on. Playing something
I
else.
really debated it. Stupid puzzles. Not a fan. That was my biggest issue with Zelda when I was a kid. I was like, goddamn puzzle, another one. Or,
That's what it's all
That's
about,
all
man.
Zelda.
Or Pokemon. Remember the ice gym where you had to like figure out the path through the ice and you would slide?
Bad at
You
everything.
had to figure out which path led to the gym leader. Oh my god. I
What
was like,
about
get
Breath
me
of the
out of
Wild?
this.
The rock
How were the
gym.
shrines for you?
Oh, not bad. Well, those were a lot more movement, like with
Yeah, they
the
were.
controller and
movement.
stuff.
Yeah,
You
you're right.
also had
Also-
Google. So
And
I mean,
also, he's a
You could
little
also
older.
cheese them, and I figured, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But
It's no
I'm
longer
going to be
6.
honest with you. When I got into Pokemon Let's Go, and I was like, if I get to the ice gym and there's a goddamn maze, I'm going to be so mad. And they didn't have it in this one. And I was like, yeah, that's right.
Much
oh, wait
more
till Sword and
streamlined.
Shield come out.
Yeah.
Then you'll have your ice gym.
I spent 13 hours the other day looking at Generation 8 Pokemon Sword and Shield information.
And
I just got so in depth into it that
anything to report?
I mean, yeah, there's
Nothing you need to know.
quite a bit of information. Nothing
Enjoy your Shield version.
I will.
Loser.
Nothing
I will
confirmed,
enjoy,
but there's quite a
enjoy
few
my
leaks.
Shield version.
Well, the reason he says that is the legendary Pokemon have sort of leaked about what they're going to be, and Shields is way lamer than Swords.
Just enjoy your
But nothing is confirmed, so I can't really like Armored Evolutions also leaked,
Spoil that for you
somewhat.
guys anyway.
which is like the evolutions can now kind of it reminds me a lot of Digimon where they have a further evolution. Like Charizard has an
Monster
evolution beyond
Digimon.
that has armor. So
Like
that,
Armored
that
Greymon,
has leaked.
For example,
Yes,
the
that's-
best Digimon.
That's what I thought of it
Thanks
when
for
I
that. I was
heard
literally
this.
playing it in my head at the same time.
I love Digimon. So
I
there's
wish they would
quite
make a good
new
Digimon game.
evolutions are most likely going to be into this one, which they have not done in about 4 generations. So there's quite a bit of information out there. The starter Pokemon, some of their information is being guessed at as
Score
to
Bunny.
like what their next evolutions have, and the same artist who guessed Score Bunny because the fire type Pokemon are there's
Fire
a
and fighting.
rumor out there that they're always based on the Chinese the animal for that year.
Oh, the new year?
Zodiac.
And he guessed Score Bunny, and then it released that it was a bunny, a flame bunny, and he got it right. So this guy now he's gotten pretty big off that, and he's kind of drawing out the information and kind of guessing what he thinks the evolutions will look like and stuff like that. So
So nothing confirmed yet.
nothing
No.
confirmed. Well, most likely their next Nintendo Direct will be getting information because it's only about 4 months away now.
Yeah. I would imagine
Throw
that
down 300
it'll
for that
be
Switch.
a big part of their E3.
Yes.
Hopefully
God,
it's
the
not.
Switch is $400.
No,
No, it's.
Ah.
I really just hope they don't do what they did last year and show 30 minutes of just one game.
I mean, if it's a crap
I-
Switch,
do that.
I
like
think
last
that's gonna
year,
happen.
Don't do that.
They pick one big game and then they focus on
That's
that.
what they did with Smash.
That's what
That's
he's
what I'm
talking
that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know.
I don't want this.
That's
I do.
I think that's what
Show
they're
me
gonna
all
do.
the Pokemon.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Well, I
10 to
guess
12
I
minutes
guess you
of
don't really have to spend much time on Fire Emblem because it's coming out the week
July.
after,
Yeah.
or 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
No, it's the next month. You're right. It is July.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
it's
it was
only it's the
They already
E3
showed
is
us
the
a lot of that
13th.
anyway. God, I'm
and
excited for that game.
Emblem
I'm actually buying the
comes out, I
Switch
think,
for
the 12th.
that.
June. Yeah, they're actually releasing stuff like every day now for Fire Emblem, so that's pretty cool.
Well, they just actually the Switch and Nintendo as a whole are right this week doing a big sale on Switches and Switch games.
Oh, really?
Yep, it
In
ends
the
this
U.S.,
week though.
obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
And you won't hear this until Friday, so the sale will be over by then. So
I might go through the weekend.
no, this weekend. Well, we're
this-
recording this.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Dumb.
Whatever. So one thing before we get into the news that I did want to say about Elder Scrolls Blades, my boy Enon Zur did the score for this, and I am so tempted just to download the game just to hear what he did.
You know, it's
Or
a
you
free
can just
game. Is it
YouTube.
free, actually? Or is it like $5?
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
free.
I mean, you can spend
Let me go
quite a bit
check.
of time listening to it while you watch your chests try to open.
Yeah,
there you go.
beautiful score to listen to.
Yeah, there you go.
Just think of it that way. You're giving 3 hours to listen to an enchanting score, and then you get a reward at the end.
Yeah, see? Nothing better than that, right?
Yeah, it's great.
I
So
mean,
let's get
Just gonna
into
play
I
it.
listened,
Oblivion.
I listened to a
Actual
10-hour
news.
loop of the Fallout music. His music is so
Well,
good.
It
congrats.
is really
Fallout
good.
sucks.
But the music
Wow.
is fantastic.
Yeah,
Enon
This
Zur
is
is
from
a
a guy
master.
who it used to be his favorite franchise. So, but you know,
So, first up in the news, moving on from this guy.
Moving on.
Some of these games that we're going to tell you about are currently out. Some are not out yet. You'll have to check the service to see availability. Coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. 8 games this month. Wolfenstein 2,
it's out.
The New Colossus. Black Desert. Wargroove.
It's
Batman 3.
Black Desert's
Beyond
getting an update as
Gotham.
well.
The Surge. Tacoma. For the King. And Surviving Mars. Black Desert, we have a preview of the beta on our YouTube channel if you want to see that. Wolfenstein 2 will have something coming very soon.
It'll be out the day that this posts.
So it is. Okay, so
The day
as you're
before
listening
this
to
one posts,
this,
actually.
head over to our YouTube channel and you can check out that. The Surge, we've discussed before. Didn't we?
Because he said
Is
it
that
sucks.
an opening for me?
Yeah, it was.
Great game.
He said it sucked.
It was an opening for him and he just stared at me.
Originally,
and then he played
I
it.
said it sucked. Then I played it. Correct. Judging a book by the cover, I thought it was Dark Souls clone. It was actually very original with the executions. Definitely buy it or get it free on Game Pass. The best service.
It is a great service.
Sponsored
Games with
by-
Gold this month. We've got Marooners.
That was on PSN, though, right? That one you just gave? That
Wait,
list?
what was the
No, that
last
was
one
Game
about
Pass.
Mars?
That
Oh,
was
word,
all coming to Game
word,
Pass.
word, word.
What was the Mars one?
That was
Mars?
Surviving Mars.
Anybody look at that one?
No, I know
yet.
nothing about that.
That might be one of our next week's. I think it's an indie, but I don't know for sure yet. I have to take a look at it. But if it is, we're going to be doing that for our indie adventure.
Yeah, Tacoma for the King and Surviving Mars. And Wargroove.
I looked at Wargroove. That's like a turn-based, 8-bit. You collect the heroes throughout as you go through the game,
Might buy.
and I was kind of interested in it. It has some musical elements that I was interested in, so we might take a look at that one as well for another indie adventure.
Well, you don't have to buy it because it's part of Game Pass.
Might buy it anyway.
Well, you do.
Shut
your
up,
Just to
thing.
Kevin.
support them.
Games with Gold this month.
Just
You
to
got
spite.
Marooners on Xbox One. The Golf Club 2019 on Xbox One.
It's also on Game Pass.
You ready? No, you ain't ready.
Golf tournament.
Xbox 360 brings Earth Defense Force and Comic Jumper. Did you guys ever play those?
Nope.
You ain't no. Online Tiger Woods is what they call me.
They
It's
don't.
not.
Oh.
Nobody
they
calls
don't,
him.
they don't call him that. Don't listen to him.
Collective.
And then on
Collectively,
PS
everybody
Plus-
just like looked at him like,
Oh.
what?
They don't call him that. PS Plus this month we
They'll
have
learn.
What Remains of Edith Finch and Overcooked.
You'll also see
That's
that
also a
on the
Game Pass
channel.
game.
Both
That's
of those
this week.
games are going to be on my to play list.
Edith Finch, you'll see
Both
on
of those
our-
games will be on the YouTube.
That one's actually already recorded. Will be Friday.
Did you like it?
Well, yes, I did. Well, you look at Brett. I sure did, Kelly.
I mean, I really like the idea of it as a whole. Basically, the story is you play through the last day of each member of your family and try and
They die.
escape death, and death is inevitable. So it's a very interesting concept. So
You know who else is inevitable?
Don't.
Okay. So moving on.
I don't know what's wrong with him today. I apologize to you,
Brennan,
listeners.
did you like it?
Yeah, Edith Finch. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, there's
Wow,
definitely
okay.
something wrong with
We're
it.
already moving on. I'll
Moving
go
on
into
from
an
So-
in-depth
Snap.
next week.
yeah, you don't want to see too
Gonna
much.
go
We're
into
posting it
a,
to the channel.
Yeah, check it out.
I'll play some more of it and give you guys better than I.
We'll play some Overcooked and
I won't play that.
Nobody's
I-
playing
Kitchen
Overcooked.
Fun.
I will play Overcooked.
I
will
will play
play.
kind of kitchen fun.
It's a multiplayer game.
If I
So
was
you can
gonna
have up to
kitchen
4-player
fun,
co-op locally.
I would play Mario Party and try and flip my little steak until it was perfectly
It's
well
impossible.
Oh my God, that was
Mine
so funny.
always leaves the pan.
done. You suck. That's all it is.
Accurate.
I'm just going to say Overcooked is very good possible for group play.
Yeah, it'll be one.
Very good possible.
I actually, sick English
Yeah.
there, but
English works
Thanks.
really well.
I actually enjoyed that mini game. Probably is one of my favorite. So this is kind of a whole game based around the same idea. So we'll definitely be doing that one. That would be fun.
See, I stumbled over my words because I got to the terrifying news article.
hit us with it.
This comes from Variety. An ad agency in Belgium revealed its latest bid to hook gamers and other internet users prone to rage over slow connections. They're calling them raging banners. So one of
Is that a Hulk reference?
no. VOO, one of Belgium's main telecom providers, plans to use the world's first real-time voice-activated banners to advertise its ultra-fast internet service. These raging banners will appear on screen when gamers rage about how slow their connection is, with the very words spoken popping up in an animated banner.
So
they're
many
watching
people
us?
are going to be
Yes.
breaking their shit.
I'm gonna be like, this damn lag, and it's gonna pop up. Ping, ping, ping. Look, you can get ours.
It's the Belgian government.
The
Okay
effect-
with this.
The effect is achieved by programming an OBS plugin that connects to a player's microphone and uses Microsoft's cognitive service to transcribe keyword-based data generated by a human voice in real time.
Do you have to put it in there, or is it automatic?
They can put it in.
Meanwhile, the secret
my-
police
The
are
ad was
logging all of
programmed.
this.
The ad was programmed to seek any possible keyword related to slow internet, including a variety of swear words.
It's gonna be lag, of course.
This is terrifying.
This
This is awful.
This
It's
is
so bad.
literally they're watching and listening to everything you say, and they're telling you, "Yeah, we're doing this."
This is Minority Report, man.
Exactly.
Have you seen this film, Minority Report?
No, I'm not
You need-
1,000.
You
Okay.
need
When
to
you
watch
came
it
out, when
because-
when it came out, I think you
10,000
came out.
years ago.
Yeah,
So-
that's about right.
Tom Cruise is walking around, right? He had just turned like 13 at the time in real life.
Okay, so I was not born.
He was like 647, I think, at this point in his life, because he has not aged today.
Right, because he's a vampire.
He probably, well, yeah, you saw him.
Correct.
But anyway, he's walking around and like they're projecting ads into his head, and he's seeing ads pop up as he's walking around and stuff. And it's just like we're getting close.
That's what that is. Yeah.
This is why
Was
I
that
don't
an
want to have
interview with
any
the vampire
of the.
reference
It
right
was.
there?
There
Oh,
was.
that's-
That is what that was.
God, ugh.
It took him a
I'm
long time.
so
There's something wrong with it.
Hurt that I
That
understood
was a
it.
solid reference.
It was. I liked it.
You know what I got that from? I only know that because of Deadpool 2. So thank you, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my god.
Just thank you,
So-
Ryan Reynolds, in
So
general.
to tie this
honestly.
back into gaming
Whatever
stuff,
you're doing,
this is
thank
kind
you.
of like the cyberpunk premise when people start putting other shit in
This
their
is
bodies.
exactly what that is.
Oh.
This is
Okay,
I'm gonna have
I'm
contact
cool
lenses
with
that show
shoving
me-
metal in my head. That's fine. Oh. If they listen to me that way, that's fine. I have superpowers at that point.
It's a trade-off then.
Yeah, but
The
then
world's
what
already run
happens if
by
you click-
mega
What happens if you
corporations. Just give me the
if you
cool
click
shit
the
that comes
the banner
with it.
ads in your head? You're like,
Well,
oh,
I'm seeing them. Nothing I can do. I'll just keep on
I got-
walking.
It's actually attached to my ocular nerve, so I'm just seeing it.
It's too late.
You already had the
I've
surgery.
got malware. I've got malware.
Yours is
that
pre-installed,
would be
just not
poor.
activated yet.
Hacking people. That would be sick.
I'm sure that'll be something in the game.
Uh,
we know it is, right?
yeah.
Yes, we know
Can't you
it
do
is.
that in Watch Dogs?
Hacking people? No, you
Yeah.
could hack their
Their
bank
personal
accounts.
devices,
Like
right,
phones
yeah.
and yeah.
That's just the next step up.
Up next in the news, we have 4 inductees going into the Museum of Play, and that is in Rochester, New York. And this is the World Video Game Hall of Fame. And we have Super Mario Kart, Microsoft's Solitaire, Colossal Cave Adventure, and Mortal Kombat. So congratulations to all of those.
Especially Microsoft.
Solitaire's the best
Yeah,
game on
Solitaire.
that
No, it is not. Stop. It's easily
Okay.
Super Mario Kart.
I mean, it really should just be
Yeah.
You're actually
Minesweeper,
right.
but so many people
I
rage quit.
never understood Minesweeper.
Oh
I
my
would just
God,
Why
I'm
random
is
so
there
click.
good at
always a
it.
mine?
I was just random
Always.
click. Is there a way to know, or you just
That's
random clicking?
the whole point. You'll never, even if you set it up with 100% or 99.9% mines, your first click will always guaranteed to be not a mine.
So what is the point of that? Where do I go for my first click?
Anywhere.
Anywhere you want.
But where do
It's
you go after
randomly-
that?
It's randomly
To the mine.
generated.
I was going to say,
So
there's
when
mines then.
When there's number, it's figuring out the pattern. It's code breaking.
Like
See,
Sudoku?
It's more
Because
clever
I
than
suck at that
it's
too.
more clever than that. But I'll show you how it works later.
No, we're good.
Hard
We're
pass.
not. We're not.
I'm never playing that.
I was so good at that game.
While we're on the subject of Mortal Kombat, we might
Is
as
that
well
what we were on?
We might
I'm
as
sure
well
we're on Minesweeper.
segue into some
As he's wearing a Mortal Kombat shirt.
negative news for the studio. The topic of crunch is all over the place
Blowing up.
with various developers. Tons of publications are writing articles all the time. GamesIndustry.biz has been covering at great length the one scandal surrounding NetherRealm Studios. And they have reached out to prior employees, current employees, and they pretty much are confirming the same things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to know more, I encourage you all to go and read those articles. But something the GamesIndustry.biz tweeted out this morning was current NetherRealm employees said that management's only acknowledgement of the recent crunch scandal has been to remind them of the studio's social media policy. And that is it.
Of course. All these people are concerned that they're going to lose their jobs if they talk.
Oh, they will. They would lose their
Yeah, they
jobs.
totally would.
There are so many people in this industry looking for whatever job. They would lose their job. Nobody
this-
is irreplaceable.
This posted very early this morning, and then just a little while ago before we started the show, actually, I saw another article saying that NetherRealm is looking into these things and seeing what they can do to...
To basically extinguish any word of people having issues.
Well, we can't say that it's just NetherRealm anyway.
Oh, it's definitely not.
This is
This
No.
is industry-wide.
It's the entire industry. It literally is. And it's just like we talked about last podcast. It's kind of the if you're trying to stay competitive in this game market, it's what they've decided is the way to do it. And
But it's
Not
abusive.
inaccurate.
And it's not
it's consumer driven is what it really
Right,
is.
but-
if
It
you
is.
want to get down to it.
but they also can control the market to a certain extent because people will buy the good games as long as you put something good out, but they're so concerned about chucking it out as quickly as
It also
possible.
depends on what it's slated for. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, you could put any game in the world come out. If it comes out with Cyberpunk,
It'll do well.
I know what I'm doing.
It'll do well if it's a fighting game.
He's just stating
Most of
that
the time, people will pick them both up.
you can't say most of the times.
Some of the time.
Thank you, because we will pick all the games up, right?
You're right.
We aren't normal
Consumers
people.
as a
You're right.
whole do not buy every single game that comes out.
You are correct.
There a lot of people buy 4 or 5 games a year, and that is it.
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm saying is they're more inclined to make multiple purchases on different genres than they
Right.
are
Yeah,
to make multiple purchases in the same.
Right. You're correct there, but what he's saying is that if
If you have the
game
budget
comes
for
out
one game
and
in that month,
Yeah, if you have the budget for
if
one game,
6 games release,
well, you're not getting the game based on the title. You're getting the game based on the genre that you have the money
Correct.
for.
But,
So if
I mean,
you are
we're just
a
as guilty of
developer
picking a game for the title because of past history with games
that's why
too.
I played Mortal Kombat 11.
Like-
Mistakes.
like if you're a fighting game fan, you're not gonna get Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you're not getting MK11 either.
Ouch.
MK10.
Ouch.
You might as well just get Injustice.
But back to the crunch discussion.
Ugh.
I like throwing shots at Kevin about
It's,
it.
Yes, yes.
It's unfortunate that they won't work towards improving their policy towards their employees. 'Cause these are the people who put their heart and soul
Into
and
these
time
games.
and blood and stay away from their families
Mhm.
and hurt themselves by exhaustion to create these products that we consume so quickly and throw away.
The problem is that this would have to be, because it's an industry-wide problem, the solution has to be industry-wide, and that's so many people to bring together and have this discussion. It's just not something that happens. We come together, we all have differing opinions and things like that, but this is not a normal kind of, like, what we do is not what the industry
What they
does.
do.
So they don't, like, developers, they may talk in person if they interact with each other, like E3. I know a lot of developers, Game Awards, the same thing. But that's not what normally goes on behind the scenes. Like, developers work with developers. They might cheer on other games or whatever, but regardless, your developer is that's your job. You want your game to do better than that person's game in your heart, even if you don't admit it.
Of
That is
course.
how it is.
And
it's
then,
competition.
and then you have
It's exactly
other
what it is.
situations where inside studios, like BioWare, for example, they took on the Frostbite engine, and they have 3 different studios, and instead of coming together to create their
Right.
engine in that engine, they created 3 different ones.
Right.
Because they don't even communicate.
And that's how the industry is. So for a solution,
That's poor management.
that's not
That's not
acceptable.
normal.
That's an exception.
That's bad. But the thing is, though, that's just how it would be. That's the only way to fix this, is because if one studio takes the plunge and does this, right, that studio will then fall behind and if the other studios aren't on the same page, they're going to pull ahead automatically. So for this studio to take that plunge by itself, it's just something that's not going to happen.
It's a risk, but if they can produce something that is financially worthwhile out of it, then that is something that can be a trendsetter. But right now, everybody's so
It's also
The-
the publishers, though.
Yeah.
That's what
set
I was
the
just going to
thing-
say.
they
It's not the
set
developer
when it has
side.
to
This is the
happen.
publisher
Like-
side of things.
A good example of that would be Obsidian with Fallout New Vegas. They had less than 2 years to make that game.
I'm going to say,
I mean, they did it well.
I'm going to ask the question.
Yes, they did.
But
it
they
super
crunched
well.
hard.
and then they didn't get their
Oh,
bonus.
you shouldn't say-
it
Yeah.
was,
I'm
it was
gonna-
a bad situation.
It was a very bad situation. I'll ask the question.
Now they don't have a working relationship.
When
So-
when do you hear these stories coming out of the Nintendo camp?
You don't.
You don't.
There's a reason.
Strict enforcement.
No.
That's not what I was going to say.
That is definitely not the reason.
Nintendo sets their own market.
Right.
Nintendo does everything their own way.
Nintendo
It's
has
completely separate from
developed
everything.
a perfect strategy. They will come out with a direct. They will show you the games. Those games are coming out. Those games are ready to come out when they start promoting them. If they're not ready, they get a month or 2
Right.
delay, and that's it. They don't show games. They don't show you trailers of games that aren't coming out anytime soon, with the exception of Metroid Prime 4, which has Switch
Got scrapped.
Studios.
Yeah, but that was
They actually
yeah.
came out, apologized,
Correct.
Switch Studios, and are starting from the ground up. So that trailer that you saw, which was just an insignia,
done.
doesn't mean anything.
Basically.
Yeah,
good.
but
But that's okay.
A game
and
like-
an outlier.
I think it's the
Yeah.
fair.
a game like Link's Awakening, the remake that they're doing, you saw a tiny tease about it, and then that game will be out by the end of next year. Like, they don't
Did they
tease
get a release
something.
date?
No.
Oh, I
They
thought
don't.
it did.
They don't tease, like, that was the final tease, and they did the same thing with Smash Bros.
Yeah, I
last
think
year.
Link's Awakening comes out at the end of the year.
Like,
I would
it
almost
could.
guarantee it
Like,
does.
most of the time, they don't
this year?
show things that aren't coming
Right.
out within 2 years. And
usually it's like 8 months.
It
They are
usually is,
very
you're right.
quick.
like Smash Bros. Last year, they had nothing about Smash Bros. And then they just did a Splatoon trailer, and then you saw the fire in her eye, and it was like, "There's your announcement," and it came out in December.
Right,
And-
exactly. Look
which
at
That's a
which
huge
is
game.
great. Which is
well,
great
Fire
for
Emblem
the
Three Houses. They announced at E3, and
Yeah.
then that's coming out
And it's coming out this
July,
July.
so that's-
1 year later.
And that's great for consumers too, because one, there's none of this. I'm waiting 17 years for the Final Fantasy VII remake that they've teased and teased and teased. Like when they show you,
It
know
took a decade.
Nintendo publishes all their games.
True.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm talking about. The crunch.
In the other markets,
the
there's
crunch
so many
comes
different
from
publishers.
the publisher.
Yes.
But as a consumer, this is guaranteed to come out. It's coming out soon, so you're not stuck waiting a questionable amount of time for the game.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah. So step
Looking at
one
you,
to solve
Sony.
this.
Look how bad we flamed Sony, though. And that's because they showed us all these trailers and then said, oh, by the way, none of these games are coming out for like 3 years.
Ever.
Yeah.
GG's.
Ever.
Like,
PS5.
Yeah. So step one is to stop showing them so early.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just stop. Just wait till you're halfway done with the game, then show us the tease that it's coming.
At
yeah,
least
because
wait till
I
the
want
game's
to. I want to
playable.
know.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I've been hyped since 2013 for Cyberpunk. So
Also,
I
if
stand
well,
by
that's
they
the
went
reason they
that
do
route-
it is to build hype for it. But
Don't forget though, if they went that route, we wouldn't have seen anything about Anthem or heard about it until 16 months ago.
whoa,
that would have been nice.
But if that had happened,
Brett wouldn't
we
have been
might not
so
have had
aggressive.
the end result that we presently have.
Yeah, maybe the game director wouldn't be saying, "Just finished Sekiro," when your game's in a total disaster.
Oh, he can't. He doesn't have downtime. He can't play video games. Shut up. He's got his own life to live too. He doesn't work all the time, 24/7. He's got weekends.
well, he should. Brennan crunch.
Yeah, that's
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 right.
crunch right there, boys.
Someone has to crunch. No, I don't advocate.
Take a
crunching.
cue from Sekiro. Make a good fucking game. That's what you should do. Oh, Sekiro's good.
It is.
Might have
But
to
yeah,
jump in
I
for
do
playthrough
think-
3.
I think if the publishers realize that it's feedback from consumers and into publishers. But
Thing is, I think the publishers know, Kailey. I don't think it's anything they're unaware of. It's
Yeah, they
just
know.
that's how they do
But
the
it-
business.
but if people stop buying shit games for
But now
get-
you're
'cause they're
asking
getting-
people to take a stand based on morals, and we know how that
no,
goes.
if you're sick of getting burned by these shitty ass games that are barely playable and you're not getting your money's worth out of it because they're not finished, they're not good, then
Anthem had a good story.
It did.
it's frustrating. It's like
Yeah, but
there's a lot of potential if they just and a lot of these and it's not just Anthem or
It's a lot of games.
Yeah.
it's the growing trend, and it's honestly really been pissing me off because I don't want to spend
well, how
like,
long have we been waiting for Time Towers?
That's fixed.
I know, but how long did it take?
Like a week.
Yeah, that wasn't long at all. They got right on that.
We get it, Brett. You hate MK.
Yeah, we
Okay,
get it.
I
We
understand.
We get it.
I loved MK10. Bring it back.
Uh,
No, they
No
messed up the
zoning.
combat, dude. But I'm not going into that. My
we went
feelings
into
on the
that
subject are clear.
we talked about that enough. Now, let's get to some positive news. PlayStation 4 lifetime sales is at 96.8 million. Could be higher by now. They're going to eclipse 100 million. That's incredible. Especially for the people who said consoles were dead.
mm,
You still got a job?
Weirdly enough.
Give me another bold prediction.
Bold prediction. E3 is coming soon. Not this episode.
That might be. That's
I
2
hate 'em.
episodes from now.
oh my gosh, I can't believe how soon that is.
Yeah, E3 is
Well, our
almost here.
predictions are
Very
2
hype.
episodes because we leave. So
You guys ready for E3? My goodness.
I
It's right around the corner.
I'm going to be watching.
All right. Borderlands 3. Let's talk.
All right, let's talk.
Gameplay reveal. 50 minutes plus all the
58.
streamers.
It's going to keep happening.
All the streamers got out there. They played it. So there's tons of footage out there for you to see.
Well, I want to actually talk about that real quick because as a, if you're looking at marketing and gaming right now, why are you doing commercials? Don't do it. Just stream. Just go to streamers. Go to big streamers. It doesn't matter if they play your game or not. They'll play it.
You got to hook the
And it
little
is-
kids watching cartoons. Though.
No.
Yeah, you get-
This
you
is
get
the
them.
best marketing
Those little kids don't
on
stream.
the planet.
Just do it.
I don't know of any
Or-
little kids that don't have a friggin' tablet attached to their person.
Yeah,
24/7.
seriously.
Yes.
Or a phone
Okay,
of some sort.
I don't have kids, guys.
I don't have
Sounds
kids either,
like
but
bad
I've-
parenting. That's not
We've
my
got
business.
nieces and nephews. They watch stuff. Oh, I asked Ninja how he got his millions. I'm
Well,
pretty sure it was
9-year-olds found their parents' credit cards. I know how
Yeah.
Ninja got rich.
Anyways,
kids. Wasn't us.
they had 230,000 viewers on their Twitch stream alone.
Not counting everyone else who co-streamed and
Right.
etc.
Yeah.
It is insane. This
All
is
of the
the way
major
to market
publications
games.
were streaming because they were
Yeah,
streaming the game.
And then afterwards, they gave everybody 90 minutes to play it, and they all streamed it.
Yeah.
This is the way to play the game. And
That's
they
a
flew
really
everybody
good
out
marketing
too.
strategy.
This is where they spent their money. They flew everybody out to this to be there. They invited the big
Out in LA.
YouTubers, the big
Saying this has
streamers,
been
everybody.
the normal switch that's been happening.
Just
lately.
do
It's
this.
the
It's a lot cheaper
streams.
than the was it $50 million that they sunk into like Destiny's marketing
Commercial.
Oh, that was
Commercials?
500 million.
Yeah. You were missing a zero.
Yeah, you were missing one.
Sorry,
couple.
my mind still was blown at that. That's so much money.
One singular zero.
Yeah, that's honestly insane.
I
And that's
am
what I'm
off
saying is,
today.
even if they flew all these people out, and there were quite a few people there, and I'm sure they didn't fly all of them. I'm sure like journalists and stuff got their publication sent them.
Yeah.
But you reached so many people this way, and it is such better marketing. Please just keep doing this. It
Cheaper.
This is
You know
better
what's
marketing
Not good marketing.
as long as it plays well.
well,
Because if
yes.
it didn't play well, this would have been a total disaster.
Well,
Yeah,
it played
but they
fantastic.
knew
It
ahead
did.
of time.
Yeah,
they
they
knew. They knew
Well,
what they had.
Your
here.
your confidence in your product. And that's
All they really needed to improve from the previous entry was just gunplay, and that looks
Well,
phenomenal.
you saw-
It
so
does.
When they had the throwable guns, you could see the developers and the people giving the presentation. You saw the excitement. They were like, just throw that gun real quick.
Yep.
And it turned into a giant laser ball, and everybody went, ooh.
Yeah, I'm excited
Laser
about the
ball. Let me get
multiple
that.
fire modes. Each of the
Yeah,
the
vendors
instancing is sick
has
too,
their
by the way.
instancing is
I think that's
great.
how they cheesed it a little bit, though.
What?
How they said there's 1 billion guns. I think each gun counts as 2 for the 2 separate modes.
No, they don't.
I think so.
They don't.
Why would they say that?
No, they don't.
I
There's a
can't figure
bazillion
out a
guns.
way. There's
What is there?
a bazillion.
10 different vendors? Is it 10? I'm not sure
I don't know.
how many there are.
I was just mesmerized by the gameplay.
But the on their official website, you can actually see every vendor, and you get 4 to 6 that they display
Mhm.
how the art style is for the gun. So you can kind of get ready for it. It's coming out September 13th.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. There's just so many guns.
I
Hyperion
don't-
shotguns.
I
look
want to
sick.
see the person who's going to try to
Shield.
collect all of them.
Oh, it's me. You're
New-
looking
new,
at it.
There he
new
is.
Yeah,
the new
here I am.
Pokemon. Gotta get them
1
all.
billion.
Oh yeah, the different fire modes, the
No,
energy
every-
weapons.
How do
Every
you
time
get a
that-
favorite?
Every
Elemental
time they
weapons,
left a white
those
one on
look
the
sick.
ground, like they didn't take it out of the chest, I was like, what are you doing there? You
That
didn't
cryo
take,
gun.
that
take
gun.
that gun.
Oh, God.
So yeah, touch on that instance. a
So
little bit.
instance loot is just phenomenal. So you can obviously have the war for loot, and when you do that, all the loot's the same level. So say you're a level 40 character, you're playing with your friends who just started, you're level 40 with them if you're instance, and it's their shit loot. So obviously you're not going to want that, but you're obviously mowing down all these level 1 enemies and
Which is going to feel great.
that, or
I don't
if
care
you
if you
set it
choose
to
instance, it
non-instanced where you get
They're
your
level
own loot
40
that's
with you.
leveled to you, but your enemies are also leveled to you, which
said
I
that
assume is going to be
backwards.
like Anthem, where they did that very well. And
Yeah.
one of the few
Reversed.
things
They
Anthem
did, yeah.
did well.
By
Yep.
the way,
It's just like that.
instanced is the way. When you're level 40, you're fighting level 40s.
Mhm.
Non-instanced is the other way.
Right.
You reversed it. So non-instanced is just you're playing on your level 1 buddies. You're fighting level 1s, and that's when you're really mowing everything down. Instanced is everybody has their own. So even if it'll be the same gun, yours will have
it's
higher
level
perks
equivalent.
and its level. Yeah.
I like that because they showed you an epic dropping, and if you were in non-instance, there's no point.
Yeah.
And I like it that you get to still play. Like if I get further ahead than Kailey does, and she's ready to play, and I go in there, I don't want to feel like I'm so
OP?
overpowered that she's not actually playing the game, you
Mhm.
know, and it's
Yeah,
just
'cause
me
that really
carrying
sucks
her
when
through the
you're
I
level.
want to feel that way.
I don't
wanna be
enjoy that.
OP.
I remember Monster Hunter.
mean,
it
we
was
s-
not fun.
See, that's different.
Kevin,
You're not
sit,
shooting
sit in the
things.
tree. We got this.
What are you doing?
Kevin,
what are you
don't
doing?
get killed by the T-Rex again, please.
Oh my, that was the worst. We're like, Kevin, just sit there. If you die again, we lose. Kevin dies. I was like,
Oh, I charged right in.
Kevin,
How about Leroy Jenkins right there?
we're trying to help you here. But
So
yeah,
let's talk
that
about
was-
the Borderlands story a little bit because they.
What? You're just gonna pass over the guns? You didn't even talk about the gun with legs.
I'm sorry.
You talk about the Hyperion
Yeah,
shotgun.
we talk about gun legs
shout
every
out the
episode.
vendors and
That's
stuff. That
all
was your
I need to talk
opportunity.
about.
Okay,
I
guns
said I
more
like the
important than
elemental
story.
guns. I love the cryo guns.
Oh, that's what you were talking about with vendors, like the
Yeah.
different companies.
That's what I was talking about. I think there's 10 of them, but I'm
yes,
not.
yes,
I'm not,
yes, yes.
I'm not
When you
certain
said
on that.
vendors, I was thinking like on the ship. All the
Oh
vendors.
no, we didn't even talk
Variety
about the ship
is the spice of life.
Yes.
either.
And each one of those. So you know how they showed us the war between the two companies?
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a planet for each one of these companies. So I think there's 10 planets total in this solar system, and that is going to be a massive game.
Oh yeah, they didn't say
The scope.
the scope of it, did they?
No, they showed us Promethea and the other one I can't remember what it was.
Pandora.
Pandora, yes.
That's the
And
original
both
planet.
The
And
original,
then
yeah.
when they were fighting on Promethea, they were telling us about how it was a war between the two companies. So I think each company kind of has their own home world, and that would mean that there was at least, well, that would actually be 10 or 11 counting Pandora. So
Right.
that
And
would be
Pandora, if you
absolutely
haven't
huge.
played Borderlands at all, is the original planet. I don't know if you heard Brennan say that or not. If you go to borderlands.com, that's their official website, and they have all the information on Borderlands 3 there. That is where you can see the vendors and the art for the weapons. Also, in the media section, they have primers for you there. There are 2 videos that will give you basically catching you up, getting ready for Borderlands 3, which I think is really cool.
The villain finally isn't Handsome Jack.
It is not
Yes.
Handsome Jack anymore.
The Calypso twins.
Yeah. It was the cell shading. A lot of people were going into this saying, "Oh, it looks like Borderlands," and I'm like,
No
"Yeah,
shit.
but Borderlands looks good."
I love the way this
Now
looks.
it looks
It
like
looks
cell
so
shading
good.
on steroids.
Yes, I was going to mention that, how it looks like Borderlands, but it's upgraded Borderlands.
it looks
Like
so
it looks
beautiful.
so
Still
clean.
haven't talked about
It
any of
does.
the powers either.
No,
we
haven't.
still haven't talked about the gun with legs. Kevin just keeps moving on to new things.
Okay,
also,
gun with legs.
gun
Go
with
ahead.
legs.
Sanctuary 3, the ship they showed is the statue in the collector's edition, and I cannot wait because there was so
Congratulations.
much detail that they showed in that,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that translates over. They continued to hit and
That's
talk
just
about how
Big block of plastic.
every art department wanted to get their hands on it, and there were so many people's hands into this Sanctuary 3. I cannot wait to see that come to life and a statue. But anyway, the gun with legs. So this is what I'm so excited for, is this whole manufacturer, and I can't think of the name. It starts with a T. But everything that they do, you throw it, and throwing it is the biggest point of the gun. And we saw the gun with legs that looked OP because it just melted that boss, and the gun that shot rockets out of it when it blew up, and homing missiles.
All right, so what do the legs look like? Because I haven't seen it.
They're
Like
little
little metal legs.
metal legs,
Yeah.
kind of like they're like 2 pencils connected.
Kind of like
as
a mono
joint,
or
and they run around on it.
the like bipod.
Yes.
Yeah, the physics of it makes no sense. There's no
No,
way.
because when
No
you
way
say
that
gun
gun's
with, gun with
chasing
legs,
you.
That way.
I just instantly think of like
But he gets
A Christmas Story, like the leg lamp. That
No,
would've
not
been
those
something.
legs.
no,
It's
no,
not
that
those
would've
ones.
been
long
hilarious.
human legs and
It's
fishnet
not. No,
stockings.
that's not good.
that would look bad.
It would look bad, but it'd be so funny.
Yes, it would. That actually, I wouldn't be
Mod.
surprised to see something like that in the
There will
game.
be.
Actually, so this would be the game for that. The one they did show us is very early though, so who knows? Or maybe it gets there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fragile.
The special
Leg
award.
gun.
Special award legs. So the
But-
story.
Okay, we can talk about the story now because I got my gun with
I want
legs.
to talk
did.
about the powers. Did you see her slam into the ground and the electricity burst out? That was like the first 10 minutes.
So are we
Yes.
all playing Amara then?
No.
No, I'm playing the soldier. We haven't seen
You are?
her. The mech? Yeah.
Oh, the mech soldier.
Yeah. I'm playing that
Ooh.
class.
Obviously playing
That's,
assassin class,
Flak, right?
Regardless of what
Yeah,
it is.
Flak.
Yeah, Flak, yeah. And then
then the other
one
one's
he's
the
talking about is
hunter.
Zane.
Zane?
Is the one he's talking about, the assassin.
Oh, we
Oh, the
brought
assassin.
Zane back?
Yeah.
Missed
that's
that
his
part.
name.
And
Yeah,
then the
Zane
other
was
one
in the
is
last one.
yep. The other one
Or
is
was he Zero in the last one.
Zero
it was
is
zero.
also
Yeah,
in
it was
there.
zero.
He's
Zane's
also
brand
in
new.
this.
They're all brand new, all 4 of them. And the other one's a hunter.
He's
that
talking
can
about the swordsman Zero,
summon
From the last game.
who is in this.
summons animals, I guess.
Oh, the hunter?
Yeah.
He has 2 like companion pets that are with him everywhere, which I was actually trying to decide between those 2, but his get upgrades and things, but they didn't turn into. I want like 2 T-Rexes behind me, and his are little kind of dogs like a hunter would actually have. So I was like, nah, give me a giant mech and let me play around in that.
Makes me think of where the red fern grows.
So
That's
the skill
depressing.
system
For
does
Fallout,
look
I know.
actually really, really cool. So even if all 4 of us were to play the same character,
We're not.
our builds would end up different.
Yeah,
And cheat on PlayStation anyway. Why are you even talking to me? Get out.
Yeah. Whatever.
you're not a part of our squad.
I am available
TSGG squad.
to
He
you
chose-
PlayStation
he chose away
users.
from it. He went away.
So the story.
So the story, they didn't really go into detail about the story itself.
That's great.
Other
Great
than
news on the story.
the length of the story.
Yes.
They said if you beeline the story,
30 hours.
it's 30 hours long.
Wow, way to
Stole
steal
his
his
Which-
thunder.
To me, means it's 15 hours.
What?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They said if you
15 to
ignore
20.
everything, it takes 30 hours.
Yeah, I forecasted that'll actually be 15 because
so. Said you
because
lying.
cause that's what they do. They always like double it.
Yeah, I mean, I see your
Look
point
at
here.
God of War. They said if you beeline it, it's 40 hours. Everybody beat it in 20. It's
What you
they just
mean?
double
I
it.
beat it in 39, and I beat it fastest of anyone in this room. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't beeline it.
You're right. I 95% of the game.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm dumb.
But what I'm saying is this. I don't think this is like that for the reason of the massive scale. So even if you are beelining things, there's a lot of driving and moving between planets and stuff. So I think
I'm not
gonna take
complaining. I'm
no,
not
I
complaining.
know. But I'm saying I think it would take longer. Possibly not because of the content, but because there are things that you have to do in the game. So
I just hope there's several endgame super bosses.
I mean,
in the vault.
It never
That's
applies
all
to
I
me
want.
anyway, because we're not beelining this, so I don't care
No.
about. You can tell me 5 hours if you beeline it. I don't care. I'm not.
No,
I'm
I
doing
think-
every side quest in the game and finding all billion guns.
I think if you're beelining a game and you're hitting 15 plus, that's great.
Yeah.
Especially in a looter shooter.
Right, exactly. Because these games you can't beeline. They can say that, but you're gonna run into a boss eventually,
too
and it's
strong.
just gonna fuck you up. Like that's you're gonna run into that. So these are the type of games where you have to go do some side quests or some leveling or some grinding because you're gonna run into that boss that's like, oh hey, you've got the starter pistol I see there, dead. Enjoy.
Smacked.
Where's your gun with legs?
Yeah, exactly. That's what the boss is gonna say to you.
I'm gonna
that gun
have
doesn't have no
the
legs.
worst gun with legs in the game and just only use it.
That's gonna be
That's
fantastic.
all I need. So
Gun with legs.
it looked OP, and it was one of the first guns with legs in the game. So, but it's not really that in that spot, and they made sure to say that.
Obviously.
They're like, by the way, guys, this is just we developed. The developers put this in. This isn't actually here in the game, and I was like, that makes me sad.
Very sad.
Give me the gun with legs.
But what if
The,
it is? What if they left
That
it in
would
there?
be nice.
The gun with legs is from a specific vendor, by the way. So
Yeah, it starts with a
throwable
T. I
one.
can't think. All of their guns are throwable. So like their thing is throwing it to
yeah,
get
like
the thing.
that's their
Is that
thing.
when you
Yeah.
reload? You
And
throw
then
it?
One vendor
Yes.
is all about
Is that
elemental
reload?
types. That's for
Yes.
the cryo guns, fire guns, stuff like that.
Yep.
And the other vendor was about changing the damage types.
Mhm.
It's just so much is in this game. Like you're gonna be taking time to develop your build, and you're gonna have so much fun with it. And we haven't even go into the skill trees.
I mean, the characters they showed us were level 10.
Yeah.
I'm going into the skill trees right now.
Oh,
and
go
they
ahead.
and they already like their powers were completely different from each other. They had different skill trees that they chose and went through because of course you have the 3 powers and then
Tediore?
you can break them down from there. Yeah. But I don't it's like TDR is how
No, TDR.
yeah, something like that. That's the actual they create the throwing guns, but so like you have the 3 powers to pick from just like the other Borderlands games, but then they break down further and you can do so much with this and each character is completely different. So like Zane, his special ability is that he can use 2 skills at the same time. It just takes up his grenade slot. So the amount of kind of choice and customization that you have in this game is just it's going to be so good. I'm so excited.
And something that's worth noting is that at any time you can respec,
Mhm.
and it's no
So-
cost to do.
So we've got 10 different vendors,
I love that actually.
Yeah,
and then
it is 10. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it was.
and then you have white, green, blue, purple, orange.
Yeah, and that's what is it? Uncommon, common,
No, it's
or
White,
common,
uncommon,
uncommon,
Rare, very
rare.
rare,
Epic,
legend,
and then
very rare and
legendary,
legendary.
I'm calling it epic. Purple's always epic. It doesn't
It
matter.
is.
But yeah, and then they have each one does their own. We only saw like 3 of them too, so there's just so much in this that
So we have this will tie into one of our news stories this week. By the time you guys hear this, it would have already happened. So we don't know. So we're speculating. But this Thursday, May 9th at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, the next State of Play broadcast is going to happen, where they said
From
this is
Sony.
from Sony, their new direct strategy. They said that Medieval is going to have an extended look, looking to be the entire video is probably going to be around 10 minutes, like it was last time. So, do you think we'll see any Borderlands 3 here?
That would one up Medieval.
Yeah.
Well, Medieval's getting an extended look. So they're going to have more
Nothing
games in
one
there.
ups Medieval.
Medieval was our childhood, just so you guys are aware. Like
You
this,
guys are excited for this.
was the yeah. You texted me that this morning, and I was like, okay,
You're happy.
okay, Sony. I'm glad I
just
plugged my PlayStation in
Want
the
to
other
see
day.
the bird pick him up and the worm pop out of his eye, all afraid. That's all I want.
And
Sony.
glorious HD.
I am
PlayStation
very
1.
excited to see
It's a
this.
reboot, correct?
Remake.
It's a remake.
Oh, yeah.
Complete remake.
Yeah, complete remake.
Excellent.
Yeah. Because this is kind of the game we really, when we think of how we started gaming, this is Medieval. Like beating people with our skeleton arm, and this in like Tenchu. I can't think of a game we played before those.
So when you finish
Maybe
it, you'll have
Spyro.
to let us know how it
Maybe.
compares
Yeah,
to
this
the
was-
original.
Same-
Well, this was
same kind
this
of-
was
I never
after
played the
Spyro,
original.
yeah. So this
Yeah.
was like right after. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what it looks like.
Early days.
And that's going to be happening at 6 p.m. And we'll be talking about that next week.
God of
What
War.
is your like?
Also
what
right
is
up
your
there with
best
the first
memory of
game
that,
I
or like
played.
the thing that sticks out most in your head?
When
from
the
Medieval?
bird grabs him.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or that's what you've
100%.
got? Mine is the farm. You remember the tractors on the farm, and it was like a maze.
That was right before the bird.
I've always
grabs
hated
him.
puzzles. It was always
You're going back to puzzle?
Started there.
Stuck
you
in
had
his
to
mind.
you had to like time the tractors because
once
they
you-
came through the field.
Not good
Once
for
you
you.
beat the farm area with like the pumpkin people, that's
Yep.
when the bird grabs you.
But that's the
Now are you
That's what
secretly
sticks in
afraid
my
of
head.
birds?
no, the bird is a helper.
Oh,
Bugs freak me out. That has nothing to do with that. It's just-
No, it didn't.
residual childhood trauma from
Yeah.
games.
Bees, man. Watch out for bees.
I don't mind bees.
Just
No thanks.
move on.
Anyway.
Just move
So
This conversation. It's okay.
EA Star Wars had a tweet on May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
So did everyone
I
else
hate
on
that
Twitter.
you said it. I knew you were going to say
I
it,
was,
and
I
I
was
still
waiting
hate that
for
you said
it
it.
in my mind. I was
I'm
like,
reading the tweet, guys.
I know.
Continue.
all
They
right,
said, May the 4th be with you. We're excited to confirm that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order will have its gameplay revealed this June at EA Play and at E3. More details to come.
that's super exciting.
It is.
Yeah, so exciting.
It is. I can't wait to see this game. in
It'll be
action.
exciting if the gameplay is good.
And dude, this gameplay is going to be good. Sig's making this game. And so,
Who is?
Sig,
It's Respawn.
yeah, Sig. He is the director of the game. He joined Respawn.
He was naming.
Yeah, I got that now.
Yeah, I didn't
was
get
like,
it either. I was also
sick.
like,
He
it's Respawn.
he did God of War, man.
Yeah, I know. I know who you're
Which
talking about
God
now,
of
but it like
War?
the
Hmm?
last one.
Which guy?
The last
No,
one.
no, he did God of War.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
2.
guy
PSP
from.
2. Okay, 2.
I think it was 2.
All right.
God of War 2.
2's probably the best besides
Yeah.
the newest.
Yeah, 2 was awesome. I gotta look it up. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Oh, well, I'm going to talk about Jedi Fallen Order and what I hope it is because this is
Sekiro with lightsabers.
yeah, that's what I want. I don't think it is going to be because I do think they add an easy mode or whatever, which of course I'm going to play it on because
You don't
if,
need to rage
if you
quit.
give me the option, I'm going to take it. I'm just going to.
well,
I
one,
didn't really rage quit Sekiro, I don't think.
You beat it, didn't you? Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, I don't remember a time where I just, like, raged out and stopped.
In
Most of
Sekiro?
them. Most of them in Sekiro were more of a, like, I have to beat this before I go to bed.
I
and it
have
was,
to
like,
be
5:30 in the
better.
morning.
That's a game that really makes you want to skill up to do it. I don't understand the obsession with wanting the easy way out and things, but
Well, as soon as they give me that option, I'm going to take it so that I can be OP. I want to feel like a Jedi god.
fair enough.
that's fair.
That's usually if
Also
I play a
why
game
like
on
New
easy
Game
mode,
Plus
that's why.
is because of
Yes,
that,
me
so.
too. That is one of my favorite things about New Game Plus is that I have all the powers and all the if they have like new equipment or things you earn at the end of the game, I have it and I can just say, "You're dead. Remember when you killed me 17 times? Oh, well now you're dead."
Yeah, right there. That's why I'm
That is
buying
really
Final
good.
Fantasy 12 on Xbox. Because they added a New Game Plus,
I know.
which they didn't add on the PlayStation version.
R.I.P.
PlayStation.
PlayStation version.
I mean,
It's such a good game. though.
Anyway, Jedi Order, Jedi
Right.
Fallen
I
Order.
still have the
Kevin
original
introduced it.
version.
I know
have,
Kevin let me borrow it.
That's how we played
It was God of War 2 for Stick.
Yes.
The best of the God.
So, tentatively excited. I've been burned by a lot of games lately, so I would prefer to not get my hopes too high, but I would very much like to see.
Respawn's never really disappointed me, so
I just don't want this to be the first.
I wish Titanfall 2 had a bigger player base when
same.
the game came out. I don't know why it didn't. Game was so
we
fun.
didn't have an
Respawn,
Xbox?
man.
Well, 2 people is not what I mean. This game, like you'd play competitive, and there'd be the same 8 people in the lobby every single time, and you're like, hey guys.
I do think that that's part of it though, because
Have to beat that ass again.
Xbox was lagging behind at that point in time, because
Yep,
people were deciding PS4 versus Xbox, and we're like,
Exclusives.
Yeah, the exclusives won this market. And
Well, it dried up, didn't it?
we'll see.
So, I mean,
Don't count them out yet, man. They're hitting 100 million, so I wouldn't say it's dry at all. What I will say, though,
I don't know where his mind went with that, but
I don't know. He's
giggling.
the Lizard Commander.
yes,
Okay.
correct.
There's no
New title.
explanation for that one. New title, Lizard Commander.
Anyways,
Also a new title, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
are we just moving on?
We're
from
moving
Jedi
on.
Fallen Order.
Yeah, we
I have a thing for it.
Okay,
though.
go
Well,
ahead.
fine.
What
What's
do you
your
think?
thing?
This is what I want to see from them. All right, because I yelled at them for their reveal because it didn't have gameplay. Give me like a 15-minute demo
what you're gonna get to shut up
in-game play.
You will get 30 minutes.
of credits, and then 10 minutes of gameplay. Maybe.
No, I want 15 minutes. You put a pro on that controller, and you show me what high-level gameplay looks like in this game. That's what I
Yeah, I'd
want.
like to see that myself.
It's actually a stealth
That's what
game.
Borderlands did. They
It
put
is
2
not a stealth
developers
game.
on it, and they said, here's 2 of our developers who created this game doing cool stuff, even though they had really cringy dialogue between each other.
That's okay.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
The stuff they did was
That
cool.
I would
That's-
very much like to see removed in the future.
It's never going to happen because they are
You gotta be kid friendly, man.
they're
You're
just cringy. No, they were like,
It's
top
it's
left,
worse than that.
get him.
It's that.
Hit him
yeah.
with the grenade.
Watch your 6.
Get sexual reference isn't allowed anymore. It's just not
Listen,
family friendly only.
That
your
was
aim
so
is a
funny.
potato.
Can we talk
What is
about
that? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that was some
Aim is
potato
potato
aim. Get
aim,
wrecked.
boys.
Potato and
That
get
was
wrecked.
some potato
Get
aim.
that KD
Get
over 1, then come
wrecked.
back at me.
I loved it.
Only 1 because you drove my car off. What does that even mean?
He's like, cheap
I
win.
have no idea.
Cheap win. Oh my!
Dub's a dub.
I love Microsoft.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. A game coming soon. It is coming out in June. It actually has 2 release dates. It's
Wow.
June 18th for PS4 and Xbox One and
Oh.
PC, and June 25th for the Nintendo Switch.
I'm gonna play this on Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a handheld game to me.
it would be nice and handheld.
Xbox all the way.
No, I think I'm. Well, I mean, I can play it on.
I want
both.
that X enhanced version.
Yeah, but I mean, this game is never gonna like.
Okay, this
it's
game is
supposed to look like that. though.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
It
but
is
it's
now.
Yeah, it's not the poop version.
Not the poop version.
Oh my god, that ad was so funny.
It really was.
So,
They
if you don't
did
know
this
what
so well.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is, it's a gothic horror action side-scrolling RPG set in the 19th century England. You play as Miriam, an orphan scarred by an alchemist's curse, which slowly crystallizes her body.
That's rough.
You collect, craft, and unlock a vast array of weapons, equipment, and loot to defeat the countless minions and bosses of hell that await. This
Including
is
Dracula.
a Igavania spiritual successor. Koji Igarashi, one of the renowned godfathers of the genre, is creating a brand new, modern side-scrolling action RPG that will satisfy longtime Castlevania fans.
Just give me the whip
Hopefully.
and the meteor magic power. That's all I want. Those 2 things.
They are saying vast and deep gameplay in this. Unlock spells and powers,
There
find,
it is.
craft, and upgrade several types of
Meteorite.
weapons and special items to change Miriam's appearance, mix and match gear, and abilities to find your playstyle.
Oh, so it's gonna change her appearance in game?
Yep.
I don't believe it.
It will. High fidelity 2.5 graphics. Everything in Bloodstained is rendered in loving 3D detail on a 2D side-scrolling environment that changes and evolves as you play.
So
I
they're,
guess
so
I'll
they're
believe
just
it.
gonna
That part I'll
flip
believe.
the castle over again when you get to the end of the game.
She's never gonna look different.
There are lots of ways to play this game, with several online and offline modes like Boss Rush, Speedrun, Classic, Nightmare, and Roguelike mode. Bloodstained has unparalleled replay value found nowhere else in the genre.
Better have New Game Plus. That's all I'm saying.
That one wasn't listed, sir.
Well, we'll see.
It does have Nightmare, though.
Cool.
Give me New Game.
What do you want from me there?
Orchestral music by industry legends.
So that was one of the worst things about Castlevania. Is once you beat it, you just ran
Well,
around super OP, killing everything. No point.
I'm
Yeah,
about to butcher these names, so let's go. With music by Michiru Yamane and Ippo Yamada, respectively.
I didn't.
We
Veterans of the
apologize.
Castlevania
I didn't hear
franchise.
that. Could you repeat those,
and
please?
Capcom brand. Bloodstained's music is an unforgettable experience.
I'm also tentatively excited about this.
I'm
even
super
though
excited.
Oh,
for
this one actually looks super
Side-scroller
good.
things I'm not good at,
I
but
love Castlevania.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is a
super
lot
fun.
of platforming too.
Iga's
Always.
biggest castle.
ever.
Bloodstained's game world is the biggest of Koji Igarashi's entire career, with a map size almost 2 times as big as Castlevania Symphony of the Night,
And then when they flip
the
it
best
over,
Castlevania,
it's gonna be even
which he also
more.
produced.
Yeah, I know he did.
Multiple characters to choose from,
Ooh,
aside from the enigmatic,
enigmatic.
yeah,
Good,
that one.
good
I got
job
you.
saying that.
Miriam, there are secret playable characters awaiting for discovery.
Alucard.
It's me.
Just give me
It's
Alucard.
not
Just give me Alucard. That's all I want.
It's
There are some licensing issues that will prevent Alucard
You
from
got
being
it.
there. Dalarak is
got
in the game.
him.
Dalarak.
Yeah, you know what that is.
That's funny.
This is
They
by
just love their anagrams, man.
developer Artplay and publisher 505 Games. Kailey has been playing Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is the 8-bit
Predecessor.
predecessor to this game.
and it's actually a lot of fun.
Is it platforming?
Hmm
I
How's
didn't hear
that?
about
It's a Metroidvania.
It's not
Oh,
bad.
I know. I knew it was.
Castle.
I wanted to hear
I
her
have
talk
not-
about it.
I'm not
So
playing it
it's
on
straight up
Nightmare mode.
Castlevania. You're right. I was trying to. Yeah, there's no trying. It's straight up. It's Castlevania.
I've
It's the
I've
spiritual
died-
successor.
It is.
guys.
I've killed myself multiple times, but I actually didn't get angry with it.
Do you have like double jump yet, or any of the power ups? I don't know
you,
if they have
You
that,
switch
but
through
I
different
assume so.
characters.
Most
so
likely.
different characters have different skills.
Gotcha.
So that's actually, and it's partly management of which character
character
is
you're
most
currently
appropriate. But
Makes
you can
sense.
switch them pretty quickly, and that I actually played that for a couple hours the other day, so that was actually pretty fun. For me to play a platformer for more than 10 seconds out of rage, it was quite enjoyable.
And it's an 8-bit style. How does it look?
It looks great. I sent Kevin a message about it because of the character's name.
Yeah.
And
Which is
it's Zangetsu.
The main character is Zangetsu.
So
Oh, there's no licensing issue there though. Okay.
I mean, it's a Japanese word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from their lore too.
It's trademarked.
anyway,
It'd be like kanji being trademarked.
Yeah, that's
It's a word.
it's been pretty linear so far. I think I made it to the 3rd or 4th.
Generally, these games are
Area.
linear though. So
Yeah, they are.
There's not.
Okay.
Normally
I don't
not
really play them
branching.
Well,
because
there's grinding, so there's grinding for
There's
levels.
no
and stuff.
branching. What does that have to do with
Yeah.
the story?
Yeah.
but
But
it's
you're
like,
having a good time.
yeah, you complete a section, you meet a new character, they join up with you.
Mhm.
You go to the next section, you meet a character, they join up with
Typical JRPG.
Don't forget about
fashion.
the epic boss fights.
you.
They're pretty badass.
You sounded like a commercial.
But wait,
Yeah,
There's
correct. That's what I heard.
So the boss fights have been a little challenging for me because I'm not really good at these games,
Mhm.
but they're enjoyable. They didn't make me want to throw my controller or rage quit or anything like that. So
Not
that
yet.
was good. I haven't gotten to the end
That
boss,
Dracula boss fight.
but I liked how each of the different characters had different things, and there's different areas that you could choose to go to depending on what character you're presently playing at.
Mhm.
It was Death and Symphony of the Night. Never mind. Death.
So
I wasn't going to respond to that.
anyway, it's been pretty fun.
While we're on the subject of Bloodstained, we have to talk about the trailer that just dropped. So the director is sitting
Poop.
at the end of a table in the Gothic in the castle, and he's just sipping on a cup of wine. He's holding it there, and he's hunched over
It's a goblet
And-
of wine.
the goblet of wine, and the sad orchestral music is playing in the background, and just
Very
these
moody.
tweets are just popping up about people complaining about the graphics of the game, and the biggest one they threw up was this game looks like poop,
A poop emoji.
and he throws the wine glass and he says, "What did he say?"
I'll
prove them
I'll
all
prove
wrong.
them
I will
all
prove
wrong.
them all. Yeah, he said, "I will prove them all wrong." He slams the glass down and he runs away, and then you see the before and after of what the game used to look like and what it's going to look like when it comes out.
It's fairly
holy
poopish
shit.
originally,
It was
but
poop.
the after.
Holy shit, this game looks good. It is beautiful.
Holy.
It
Poop emoji.
reminds me so
Get her
much of
out.
Castlevania. It is insane.
Yeah, this
It
is
is Castlevania. There's no
beautiful game.
you can hide it however you want.
Yeah,
it's Castlevania.
it's straight up Castlevania. So yeah, we
Everything
are
but the name.
we are all looking forward.
Literally
I mean, it
has a
says
whip.
Ritual of the Night instead of Symphony, but yeah, it's we're going to be playing this one. You'll be seeing much coverage of it. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have this week. I want to thank you guys for listening and thank you guys for joining the panel.
Always.
I'm going to go make some commercials now. We'll see you next week.
See y'all next time.
See ya.
See ya.